This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, as Hazleton welcomes a new interim police chief, we talk with HPD First Lieutenant Kenneth Zipovsky about the future of crime fighting in the city. Happy Festivus! The airing of grievances will begin just before the weather. Thanks for watching us on SSPTV and in HD on Service Electric Cablevision Channel 513 and SSPTV.com. Let's get right to the headlines from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. State police are looking for an attempted robber. This is surveillance photo of the suspect. According to the state police, a woman entered the Gulf Station on Route 93 in Sugarloaf Township around 9:30 last night. She displayed a small knife and said, quote, "Open the register." The Gulf attendant then grabbed a bat behind the register and the suspect ran out of the store. No items were stolen. The suspect is described as a short white female with a medium to heavy build, wearing a gray winter coat and black pants. Anyone with information is asked to call State Police at Hazleton at 570-459-3890. And State Police at Frackville have charged West Penn Township Police Officer Melissa Rook with falsely reporting that she was assaulted. The charges stem from a traffic stop back in September in which she alleged that she was assaulted. State Police say there were inconsistencies in her story. Changes are coming to the Hazleton Police Department. Mayor-elect Jeff Cassat named Jerry Spezial as the interim police chief. Spezial will work part-time for the city while he holds down his full-time job as director of police in Paterson, New Jersey. FYI's Lisa Sugar talked with one of the HPD's veterans, the man who is second in command, First Lieutenant Kenneth Zipovsky. She asked him about the changes.
Essentially, the job that we do is the same. We're going to provide the same service. Well, I have been in contact with Chief Spezial, part of the transition team. Chief DeAndre actually made an order for me to reach out so this way we could have a smooth transition. The police department still has to provide a service. The police department will still provide that service. Things will continue on the way they have been. Things hopefully will improve. We're looking for different ideas. We're looking to do what's best for the community. Essentially, the Hazleton Police Department has always been in a position where we're trying to provide the safest service to the citizens of Hazleton, and we're going to continue to do so.
What problems do you see on a daily basis that you hope can be corrected?
Manpower, resources, equipment to make our job easier. And we've been coming that way. We've been leaps and bounds from where we once were, but we need that process to continue.
And so how will this work? You will be in constant contact with Jerry Spezial?
Yes. Essentially, I'm going to be the person that's here every day, 24/7. The chief will be contacting me when information needs to be relayed back and forth, and ultimately when since he has a primary job in Paterson, it's going to be when it's advantageous or an important enough reason for him to be here. But essentially, anything can be handled with the communication, and we have the people here to do our job. It's not like we're remoting it in.
Thank you very much, Lisa. In other news, today is expected to be the busiest travel day for the Christmas holiday. We talked with PennDOT's regional manager, James May, about travel and construction during the holiday period.
Especially as we're moving into the Christmas time, the holiday season, a lot of people are asking about the traffic that's going to be on the major interstates. Whenever possible, right around the holiday season, right around the day itself, we always try to get as many of the construction projects opened up so that people can be traveling for Christmas and for the New Year. There are some places down in the lower Schuylkill area where Interstate 81 is in a permanent pattern, a single lane pattern. Obviously, something like that cannot be undone for the holidays, but whenever possible, we do try to open up the roads. As we move throughout the winter time now, we are going to be in that time where we're transitioning a little bit from our construction work into our winter maintenance work. And whenever we do that, if it's a project that we have determined that is not going to be a lot of progress made over the winter time, we will put a hold on that and try to open it up if we can. But again, many of these projects will go through the winter. We send a weekly report out from our office that will give a list of all of the projects, what you can expect over the winter time for those. If people want to email me at jamay@pa.gov, that's jamay@pa.gov, we can let people know what they can expect from each of these, or you can always go onto our 511 app or 511.com, 511pa.com, and that will give you kind of an idea of what's happening across the area in real time.
And again, if you need travel information, go to 511pa.com before you head out on the highways. Next week, FYI will not be seen on SSPTV, and that's because all of us have been hard at work putting together some special programming for you this holiday season. Each day we will air a special holiday program like this one, a brand new community NEPA show with host Janine Mazurkevich. Janine takes us inside the newly renovated Maple Manor Elementary Middle School and spends some time talking about its past as Bishop Hafey Junior Senior High School, Viking Pride. It's a show you won't want to miss, and it's coming this Monday at 5 p.m. on SSPTV. Well, on FYI tonight in sports, we'll celebrate Festivus with our friend Dave Seaman, the Standard Speaker sports editor. As a gift, we have a soundbite from Penn State's baseball coach about former Cougar and current Nittany Lion Sal Biazzi. And coming up next, we talk with a local pastor about what his church is doing for the homeless on Christmas Eve.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
You might be watching Christmas specials around this time, and maybe some of those Christmas specials touch your heart like It's a Wonderful Life. Well, here's a great story right in our community that hopefully will touch you, doing some great things. Saved by Faith Church on Poplar Street. I'm joined now by Pastor Henry Gales, and you guys are doing something very interesting. You're taking meals, and it's great. There are some organizations who are feeding the homeless or people in need this holiday season where they can go somewhere. You're actually bringing the meals to them, and we're going to talk about that. What exactly is the plan? Tell us what is going on. What are you guys doing?
Well, we're going to buy a few turkeys. We're going to buy a few hams. We're going to bake macaroni and cheese, maybe some candied yams, and we're going to cook all this food, and we're going to bring it out for the homeless. What we want to do is do like a Meals on Wheels for this holiday season.
So you're going to hit some spots in town where you know where you've seen homeless people or where you know
Yes.
they tend to congregate.
Yes, every time I pass by one of those guys or girls, it really does break my heart. And if I have cash on me, I'll just give it to them. I don't care what they do with it. All I know is they're in need. And so once I give it to them, what they do with it, it's on them.
So this is interesting, too. When you first came in, I said, well, do you need help? Do you need people to cook? You said, I have 5 girls. Right. So you have 5 little girls, 5 daughters. Tell me about that, your family helping out, and are you a cook? I mean, do you have a little background?
Well, I just, the community might know me because I work at Denny's.
Okay, so.
And, but yeah, my little girls, they're awesome. They love to bake. They love to cook. They all have hearts of gold. They're all unique in their own little ways. But they're excited about this. We talked about it a lot last night. They had no idea I was going to take a step forward and come to you guys, but I always come to you guys when I have something like this going on, and you guys have been really great. So they're very excited about it.
So a good example for them as well to see, just get out there and actually do something is what you told me.
Exactly. My thing is, don't talk about it, be about it. I believe that, love does. Love is an action word. So it's just my part. I just want to give back.
Yeah, and what do you hope the community sees as they watch this story today? You're really not here saying, hey, get involved. You're just saying, this is what we're doing. What do you hope it inspires them? What do you hope the community takes away from this?
Well, I believe that involvement produces commitment. And I want them to also see that everyone who, there's this negative stigma that goes along with people of color. And I just want them to show that everyone is not out to hurt someone. Some of us are out to do good.
So Joe Madden, you see all this, the Hazleton Integration Project, you see as he puts it, the whole community is trying to come together, whether it's Hispanic or this or that. Right. You see that maybe happening in Hazleton? Are we moving forward with this?
Yeah, we are moving forward with this. I think that the wall was built brick by brick, and I think that as we take steps of love like this, it's going to be torn down brick by brick. So I think that if not the very near future, I think that in the future, at least, we will see change.
And let me ask you this last thing. You said this was very important to you. You said the homelessness definitely bothers you, maybe even some personal experience. I don't know how much you want to share, but why did this affect you so much this holiday season that you wanted to do something like this?
Yeah, we are only literally 1 or 2 paychecks away from being homeless ourselves. Me, personally, I've never been homeless. I've almost been that way. But I've always had a heart to give. And so this is an opportunity to do that, and that's what I want to step out and do.
Absolutely. Anything else you want to add? I didn't hit on
No. Thank you guys. You guys were great. Thank you for stepping forth and helping me to give birth to this vision.
All right. Well, good luck trying to do this on Christmas Eve. A great story, Pastor. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you. Thank you.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Merry Christmas to all of our friends in the borough of Freeland, and I hope everyone there is ready for Memorial Day in December. Who's cooking out for Christmas this year? Could be fun. Here's our forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, showers mainly before 11 p.m. on Christmas Adam. The low 57 degrees. We will have a new precipitation amounts between 1/4 and 1/2 inch possible. 4-day outlook right now. Let's go to Christmas Eve. Thursday, scattered showers, cloudy with a high near 67. 50% chance of showers on Christmas Eve during the day. Wind up to 14 miles per hour. On Christmas Eve night, a chance of showers, 30% chance, mainly before 7 p.m. Cloudy, then gradually becoming partly cloudy. Our low will be 48 degrees. On Christmas Day, partly sunny. We'll have a high in the mid-50s. Christmas night, a chance of showers, 30% chance, mostly cloudy, low of 41. On Saturday, 40% chance of showers. Our high will be in the mid-40s. On Saturday night, our low will be 42 with a 50% chance of showers. Sunday, there's a 30% chance of some rain, cloudy with a high near 55. And then Sunday night, mostly cloudy, low around 31. Lottery numbers now on FYI. Midday winning lottery numbers. See if your holiday season's a little brighter right now. Pick 2, 6, 4, pick 3, 3, 4, 9, pick 4, 9, 9, 8, 0, and pick 5, 5, 3, 7, 2, 3. And now we have our home of the week from beautiful Eagle Rock. It's a traditional home at 55 Arapahoe Lane in the Eagle Rock Resort, and it's nestled among the evergreens. It features 3 bedrooms, 2 full baths, and 2 half baths, an extra large living room, great for entertaining, a formal dining room, and a spacious kitchen. The finished lower level has a family game room and a powder room. It's priced at $255,000, and this home is close to the school bus stop and completely furnished. If you're interested, call Diane at 570-956-3323. The Sportscast is coming up after this break. Right now on FYI, it's Law Talk.
Hello and welcome to Law Talk. Today we're going to talk about a very oftentimes tragic but very important subject involving motor vehicle accidents, and in particular victims of motor vehicle accidents who have been victimized by a drunk driver. And Alexis spent 7 years as a prosecutor in the Luzerne County DA's office. She's very familiar with that, and she can bring you all up to date on what needs to be done if that unfortunate event should happen to you or a family member.
As my father mentioned, I did work in the Luzerne County District Attorney's Office for some time. During my time there, I did, for 2 years, head up the Vehicular Homicide Division, and unfortunately in those cases, a lot of times the individuals who were victimized by drunk drivers. So I have a lot of experience on the criminal side as being an advocate for these individuals who were victimized by drunk drivers. Now, in civil practice, I'm able to be an advocate for victims who are involved in drunk driving accidents. And I'm very aware of the fact that not only are these people affected in their work life and their family life, their entire lives have changed from that moment forward. A lot of times there are significant injuries. They can be catastrophic, again, to the work life and to the family life. And I offer the availability to work with law enforcement officers who are doing investigations on behalf of people who were involved in these types of accidents. And it's important to respect the work that they're doing, that being because the investigations that they're conducting certainly can be beneficial to the civil portion of a claim. So if you're involved in a drunk driving accident, give us a call. I'd be happy to sit down with you and speak to you regarding the concerns that you might have, as I'm very aware of the effects that it will have on your life from that moment forward.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
It's the final Dave Day of 2015, and Dave, we have a lot to get to, but thank you for coming in. Dave Seaman, the sports editor at the Standard Speaker. And let's start, Dave, with the whirlwind that really was the Hazleton Integration Project. Every year, their big holiday celebration, bringing in so many baseball stars. One of them, Rob Cooper, Penn State's baseball coach out at University Park. One of the players out there, Sal Biazzi, former Hazleton area Cougar. Now Sal in his first year pitching for Penn State, the Nittany Lions. He'll throw up some of his stats: 18 appearances, 3 saves, an ERA 2.62. He had 31 strikeouts, 25 walks, and then he was Big Ten Freshman of the Week. You could see what he did to earn that honor. And now we're going to hear a little bit from Cooper all about Sal.
Sal Biazzi for us was a freshman last year, got a lot of work as a true freshman, and really is helping us kind of turn the program around. And he's taken a big jump in the offseason, and you know, he's got a chance to do some neat things here. And just going to continue to watch him kind of grow and get better. And he's taken a leadership role, and so it's we like the Hazleton area, that's for sure. We like recruiting in this area. The one thing he's done since the day we recruited him is he's been very open and honest on he's wanted to get better and be the best he can be. He came in with a plan and a want to get better and a drive to succeed. But then, you know, there's also stuff that you have to work on and get better at. And I really feel like between his freshman year and this year, he's really improved on some of the things that he's needed to get better at. And, you know, that's part of the growth process. But sometimes guys can't do it as quickly because they're not willing to make those changes. And Sal definitely has been willing to get better.
So, Dave, I talked with Sal a few weeks ago when he came back from Cuba, and I asked him about the college game, and he said, you know, it's a different mindset. You know, you're going up against the best of the best from high school. You really have to be focused every batter. But we were just talking when you watched that interview, and you said, no surprise that Sal Biazzi is viewed as a leader. What were your impressions, or what did you think he would be going into college?
There's no doubt, because if anybody who's followed Sal Biazzi throughout his athletic career, whether on the basketball court, on the baseball field, knows that he's been a leader. His teams have been winners, and that's a direct reflection on him. I mean, he doesn't take losing very well. He'll do whatever he can to beat the other team, and that's just his nature, his mindset, and that's the Sal I know, and the fans around this area grew to love, because that never say die attitude, that gung-ho, do whatever it takes, it's just a hallmark of Sal Biazzi.
I'm interested to see how Sal gets better. I mean, had a very good freshman year, co-freshman of the week at one point, so we'll see where Sal goes out there at U Park. Dave, let's stay with Penn State, but talk about their football team getting ready for the Tax Slayer Bowl against Georgia. Two coaching staffs, I guess more Georgia, really in flux right now. Penn State bringing in a new offensive coordinator, but Georgia a favorite in this game. Dave, do you think that's fair, and do you think that Penn State can they beat Georgia on January 2nd?
Well, it's not going to be about the coach. It's going to be about the players. And Georgia has a lot of outstanding players on the defensive side of the ball. Their defense is nationally ranked, and as we've talked about throughout the season, Penn State's offense has struggled against good defenses. They've moved the ball, but not really put points on the scoreboard. So it's going to be a challenge for the Penn State offense to move. But if the Penn State offense could generate some points and kind of show what they did in last year's bowl game, ability to move the ball through the air, get some balance between Saquon Barkley and Christian Hackenberg passing to Chris Godwin and all the receivers, Penn State could stay in the game. I think Penn State's defense has to play a little bit better too, but the onus is going to be on the Penn State offense to move the ball.
Yeah, Dave, I think the last few games for Penn State, that defense a little banged up. You know, of Carl Nassib, who's consensus All-American out there right now, secondary a little dinged up as well, so I'm hoping they get healthy for this bowl game right now. Hazleton area basketball, Dave, they go down to Florida, big trip there, win 2 out of 3, and you had Aaron Kelmer checking in for you guys, injured Cougar. Thought it was great when he was checking in, mentioned the Tower of Terror, one of his teammates scared to go on. Listen, I'm scared of elevators and that ride. There's nothing wrong with that, but successful trip for the Cougars. I saw they lost to the #1 team in Utah, but about their wins, Dave, who did they beat, and was it impressive?
Yeah, they beat a team from Louisville, Kentucky. Southern High School from Louisville, Kentucky was a team that was a quicker team, a smaller team. Cougars were exploit their size and have a really, really strong game. The other game was against Ralston Valley, Colorado, or Ralston Hills, Colorado, and that team was a little bit better than the first team they played. But the Cougars again showed some balance, led by Bobby Panutis. But Dante Biazzi had a fantastic tournament for the Cougars, and he's a key player for the Cougars because he could do a little bit of everything. He's a strong defender. He's an athletic kid, and he's a nice mix with all the size they have on the floor at the same time.
All right, and Dave, finally, the all-area football team from the Standard Speaker will come out on Christmas Day. Look out for that. And then this Sunday, you'll have your year in review. What's one story in there you could tell us about, something you're looking forward to?
Well, it involves a local coach who won his 300th game this year. How about that? The Marion coach, Stan DeCoste, had a year to remember. He's had a lot of years to remember, and it's nice to reflect with Stan and look back on a remarkable season for the Colts. And a lot of other good stories too. There was another busy year on the local sports scene, and we're glad to report it for everyone.
Wrestling leads things off on the Christmas Adam FYI Standard Speaker scoreboard. Carlos Cruz, Jacob Maurer, Chris Lisicki, and Anthony Martuccio got 4 pins in the final 6 matches for Hazleton area against Dallas as the Cougars get their second Wyoming Valley Conference victory of the season. Let's go to the poll. No running. The Cougars and Lady Cougars lost their first meet of the season against Reading, and the Cougars and Lady Cougars both got wins in bowling. To boys basketball, where North Schuylkill beat Lehighton and Shenandoah Valley beat Monoy area in overtime. Finally, Marion Top Nativity and Pottsville knocked off Tamaqua. 2 Hazleton area field hockey players have been named to the All-State team. Senior Kara Sanford was named to the AAA Pennsylvania Field Hockey Coaches Association All-State First Team. She had 27 goals in 2015 for the Big HA. Her teammate Celia Sokolowski was All-State Honorable Mention. The Lady Cougars advanced to their first District 2 championship game this season. In football, North Schuylkill linebacker Major Jordan, he was named to the Pennsylvania Football Riders AA All-State team. And finally tonight, we all want to wish our intern John Eric Poli the best of luck with his future. Today it's his last day at SSPTV. He's covered a ton of sports stories and was a huge help. In fact, John, you can include this in your resume tape. If anyone is thinking of hiring him, I highly recommend it, unless it's here at SSPTV and it's for my job, but probably do a better job, so just do it. That's sports for Wednesday. FYI, we'll be right back. It's Wednesday, and here's some delicious alliteration. It's signature steak night at Bottlenecks. All of their signature steaks are only $9.95 plus bottomless soup and salad for only $2.95.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, Holy Trinity Orthodox Church, 223 South Kennedy Drive in McAdoo, be having a free Christmas meal Saturday, December 26th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. The entire community is invited. Our next announcement, Hazleton Public Transit is announcing that all bus service will end at 4 p.m. on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. There will be no bus service on Christmas Day and New Year's Day. For info, call 570-459-5414. And finally, the United Way will be holding their annual Community Christmas Dinner December 25th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Holy Rosary Church, 240 South Poplar Street in Hazleton. Delivery is available, everyone is welcome, and rides are also available. To volunteer or for more information, just call 570-455-9515. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Myrtle L. Dawson of Drums. All services are private and take place at the convenience of the family. The Harmon Funeral Home is assisting the family with the arrangements. Sean T. Flame, formerly of Hazleton. Services will be held privately in Portland, Maine. Michael A. Kelly of Hazleton. Funeral is Saturday at 11 a.m. from the Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home. Friends may call Saturday from 9 to 11 a.m. And Elaine Young of Hazleton. Mass is Monday at 11 a.m. at the Most Precious Blood Church. Arrangements are under the direction of the Boyle Funeral Home. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Gary Ryan of Mahanoy City. Gary, if you're watching, give us a call, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
Just spilled coffee on my shirt. Can you see it in HD? Let me know on Facebook. I'm interested to find that out. I know everyone's going to be busy tomorrow, but please check out our Christmas Eve special featuring a special Joe Madden story called Do Simple Better. We'll see you then. Have a good night. Take it easy, everyone.